Hello, everyone. We're live. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending from where you're connecting from. I'm excited that I have my guest with me. But before I bring her on board, I'll just start by introducing myself. My name is Sandra Ukoh. I'm a Maxwell Leadership Certified Team Member. It says us part. You're a member of the Toastmaster and also your best-selling author. I have a guest with me today, a special one. But before I bring her on board, I rather want to start the program by introducing. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome. Yes, our guest today is no other person but Kate Onakomaiya. But before she comes on board, let me just quickly read her bio. She's a founder and the lead coach at Exponential Growth Academy Limited. She's also a coaching, leadership development, and training, which is a leadership development and a training organization in Nigeria. She's an executive program leader and president advisory council member with the Maxwell Leadership Certified Team member. She's also the co-founder of the Blooming Ladies Cooperative Canada. Awesome. As a bilingual senior training consultant, she works with clients across West and Central Africa and Europe, delivering coaching, management, and leadership training for key corporate and individual clients in English and in French. That's awesome when you're able to speak more than one language. She's the author of the book, The Growing Life. So great to have her. The next person you see is our guest, Abiyuma.
Hello, good
Hi,
evening,
you're welcome.
good morning, good afternoon, everyone, wherever you're joining us from. So great to be here. Thank you for inviting me, Sandra.
Thank you. Is there anything I left out from your bio? Maybe something you're doing where you're making a difference in your word that was not included? You might want to just start by that before we go into.
I think I'm the mother of two boys and a daughter. Yeah. So my son is 15. He just turned 15 this Saturday. And my,
Oh,
my,
awesome.
my girl is, she's 23 right now. And the last one is 11. So we
Oh,
have
awesome.
a mixed household, navigating all the
Ages.
different
Age group.
stages of development, as you say,
Yeah, you have the ones above teens, you have the teens, and you
the
have the
young
15.
adults. Yeah.
I think I need to come and take some lessons from you.
Oh
I
my
have teens
goodness.
and 15.
So like before the show, when you were just doing all that you were doing, the preparations and everything, I was just smiling and said, oh, there it goes. It's the same everywhere.
No, when you see these
The
kids, when
life
they
of
are
a mother.
tall
Yeah.
and so tall like you, or even taller than you
Yeah.
have to use please, use all the magic languages to get them to do some of the things. So I think gone at the age where our parents will coerce us, sit down there, do this. This time around, you have to use the magic words to get them to, align. And they also need some form of respect, no matter how small or their ages are. They
Hmm.
also need those words. So you have to
Exactly.
please, excuse me, get this done, just to motivate them to doing the right thing at the right time.
Yeah.
So great to have you, man, on this show. And I'll probably be going straight into our questions. Tell us about your company, the Academy.
Okay. So Exponential Growth Academy, it's a business that we founded in 2016, late 2016. And the objective is to help people and organizations grow. I'm passionate about personal growth and development. I'm just passionate about seeing people living into their full potential. And I believe that through growth, people can really tap into all the resources that they have inside of them and thrive. So Exponential Growth Academy, like the name says, is to help people grow exponentially, just to keep
Sure.
moving forward every single day, taking steps that will help them to advance, whether it's in their personal life, their businesses, or their family lives. Yeah.
Awesome. That's like a 360-degree transformation, growth on all sides.
Yeah.
Thank
Yes.
you so much. That's a great academy. You probably want to check it out. Should you need coaching, you need some help, you can reach out to Kate herself. She'll be able to, guide you and show you the paths to go. You are also a program executive and a president. I want to find out, when did you become that? Because I know that they don't just pick anybody. It has to be like,
Okay.
something special probably you did.
Well, I am a President's Advisory Council member of the Maxwell Leadership Certified Team, and I'm currently a peer teaching partner as well. A peer teaching partner is we mentor new members of the team. So when members join the team, we help them get started right, show them how to get started right so that they can build a successful coaching business right from the very start. We show them the steps they need to take, the process they need to take to get themselves to start becoming successful as coaches, trainers, and speakers themselves. And I'm also an executive program leader with the team and a team ambassador. Really, I love to serve. I serve as the I serve on the Maxwell Cares team, and I serve as a team ambassador at IMC. And I've also gone on transformational trips with John Maxwell and other coaches, leadership transformation trips. Every opportunity that I have to serve, I take it because I believe that leaders serve, leaders are servants. And as a leader, we need to learn how to serve authentically, not always asking what's in it for
For
me,
you.
but to just add value because people deserve to be valued. So add value to people because they deserve to be added value to, they deserve to be valued, they deserve to know that they are valued. So that's why. So it's through service that I'm able to, serve the team in whatever capacity that I'm serving right now. And it's a privilege that I do not take for granted.
Awesome. Would you say that it was a volunteering service, or you were picked out from the group, or did you go for a test or an interview to get you into this role?
Well, to join the President's Advisory Council, you need to apply. First of all, you need to be in mentorship. That's as a second level. So you need to be in mentorship to apply to join the President's Advisory Council, and then there's a selection process that is done for you to become a President's Advisory Council member. So when I applied, you know, and every once we reapply, we get to reapply periodically to know whether we want to continue serving in that
Sure.
capacity, or you want to, move to another area of service within the team or whatever. So we need to reapply. We do that. So that is by application.
So,
Well,
okay,
the
then
peer
that's
teaching
great.
partner, I was invited to become a peer teaching partner with the
What's it all about?
team.
Tech teaching,
Peer teaching,
peer
peer
teaching.
teaching. Yes. So peer teaching partners, we do some sort of like a new member orientation.
Okay, I think I get it.
Yes. So we help new members get started right within the team
Yeah,
and
to have a very
become
good foundation.
successful. Yeah, that's true. So we help them to have a very good foundation in the team and also get their businesses up and running as quickly as possible.
Awesome. But there a time you doing all this became overwhelming? Because sometimes you don't know what is in it until you joined. But when you got in and you find, oh my God, this work is so much, what did you
Oh,
do? How did you manage it?
okay, so there's something we call a sweet spot. I know we all have our sweet spot. And when you are in your sweet spot, when you're serving in your sweet spot, it energizes you. You're
Sure.
filled with energy. So whenever I'm serving in one of this capacity, it fuels me and I feel energized. Let me give you an example. Last week I had a call. One of my calls are on Tuesdays at 8 a.m. Eastern time. That's my teaching calls. And last week Tuesday, I was feeling a little bit under. I wasn't so yeah. I thought, oh my God, I don't really have the energy to do this call. In fact, it was so bad that I even forgot to post the announcements on time. So I posted the announcement really late. But then when it was time for the call, I don't know where the energy came from. I felt so invigorated, like pumped, literally pumped.
Really
And
something you love to do.
yeah, and after the call, I didn't remember. Wasn't feeling okay after the
Yeah.
call because I was so full of energy. I was jumping, rejoicing, doing the happy dance. That okay, I've added value, which is what I do. There's this feeling of fulfillment and joy that just comes over me when I know that I have added value. I've helped someone, to become more. So that's what happened. That's it. And I just feel energy when I'm doing this and it just flows.
What
So
happened there, sir? I'm sure you were fine.
yeah, oh, thereafter I didn't remember. I was totally
Totally
okay. I
healed.
was fine. I was fine.
Good.
I didn't remember what was happening. And I asked myself, but why was I feeling down before? That's how it is. So yes, so when we serve and we serve authentically and we add value to others, it should come from the inside as leaders. First of all, it comes from the inside. It fills you with joy and it fills you with fulfillment. That gives us energy. John Maxwell says something. He says that nobody ever feels down doing something good for somebody. So when you're doing something good for
Absolutely.
somebody, you always feel good about doing something good for somebody. It fills you with there's this feeling of fulfillment, of joy, of this positive feeling that we get when we are adding value to someone, when you're doing something good for someone. And I think that's how it is.
Awesome. Like John Maxwell rightly said, he said, we're people of value, adding value to others. We
Yeah,
see value in ourselves because you must, first of all, love yourself. See value in yourself in order to, because you can't give what you don't have. You understand?
absolutely.
You must have so
Absolutely.
much and, overflowing with so much of values for you to be able to pass on values to others. Thank you for
Absolutely.
that servant leadership. Then I found out that you have a company called the Blooming Ladies Cooperative Canada. And you co-founded that company. A lot of
Yeah.
times I find that people do things themselves. I think we're in an age where people need to collaborate, synergize. Have you found it? Is it interesting working with
Mhm.
somebody else, co-founding a business together? Have you managed together to work in synergy, in agreements?
Oh, it was just it's just an amazing experience. And I found that the founder of the Blooming Ladies Cooperative, Wumi, she's an amazing person and someone that believes in collaboration. And she believes that women should bloom and thrive wherever they find themselves. And that's the
Sure.
foundation of the Blooming Ladies Cooperative, helping women to bloom and thrive wherever they find themselves. And it's just a joy having women from all over come together to collaborate, to grow, to share their themselves with each other. And it's just amazing seeing how the Blooming Ladies Cooperative is growing every day. More women joining, and we hold events. Right now, it's based in Canada, but we're looking at expanding into different areas. But right now, it's based in Canada, and we have some amazing women leading it at the moment. Yeah,
Sure. Awesome. It is said giving is living. If
yeah,
you're not giving out of yourself, you're not living it. So he said, if you
totally.
don't live an inspired life, your life will be expired. So
Oh,
let's
that's
live.
nice.
Yes, it's true. If you don't live inspired, yes, if you don't inspire the people around you, you
Hmm.
probably be living an expired life. And
Hmm.
giving is living.
Hmm.
As you give to others, you are living. That's the legacy. And that's what Christ did for us. He gave himself for us to live. So we need to give
Absolutely.
ourselves, to leave.
Absolutely.
Even when
Yeah.
you're not there, what people remember you for, oh, what a great lady. She did this, she did it, she impacted me. So what will you be
Yeah.
known for when you're no longer there? So one thing I
Hmm.
ask people is in what are you called out to do? Like you rightly said, finding your passion. Your passion will propel you even when you're not feeling great, even when you're down with pains and everything. Like you rightly said, that you were not in the mood, you were feeling so low of yourself, a bit strong to take the coaching for that day. But as the time gets closer, I don't know where the energy came from. Something just found you bubbling and you were ready to take the class, which was, to me, I'm like, what was wrong with you some minutes ago? Somebody who saw you 5 times ago was like, Kate, I saw sleeping or lying or not feeling so good. All of a sudden, she's so active.
Yeah.
So once you find what you're called to do, you do it passionately. You do it happy. He makes your day. All the cells in your body are, elated because you're doing something of good to
Hmm.
somebody else. As you're putting smiles on their face, you're also having even much more smiles on yours too because you're doing something of worth.
Yeah.
So I think that caught my attention. Find out what you're called to do and get in place. Everything shouldn't be about money, like I rightly said. Some of us are like, you want to work. You can give free service. Like me, the fastest way for me to get any job I want to do is offering myself as a volunteer. I'll just tell you, don't pay me for the first 2 months. Let
Mm.
me learn. Because in gathering skills, this is something no one can take from you.
Yeah.
Personal development is something that is life. As long as you improve, you're able to use it till thy kingdom come, till you're called home. So it's an opportunity when you want to get into a blue chip company or any company of your choice. You could offer to do volunteering service. You could
Yeah.
tell them what you can do and tell them, I'm here to just help and assist. I've come to serve. Once they see the choice and the kind of service you provide, they might offer you a contract job. Before you know it, you become from intern, you become a permanent staff.
Yeah.
So for a lot of
Okay.
us that are saying there is no job in Nigeria, no job in Africa, no job in this side of the world, offer yourself. Look for the company you want to work in, your dream company. Offer yourself. Maybe they have something doing, they have a medical outreach, they have, CSR in that environment, and probably they need more hands. That's an opportunity for you to serve. Offer that, oh, I'm available. I can help you gather the logistics, put them in place, run around, get medicals. Once they see what you can do, they might start considering, oh, we need this person to handle this project. Can we get this
Mm.
person in since she can do this? And by so doing, on the plateau of good, the job, you don't have competitors. You just get the
Mm.
job on one hand. So
Yeah.
it's a good way to, getting anything you want. Give yourself
Yes.
free. Let not money be the first thing you throw in front. Because I tell people, I said, money will always come while you have good relationship.
Hmm.
So and on the scale of 1 to 10, having money and having relationship, which would you go for? Can you tell us why you would go for it?
Oh, relationship any day. Relationship is it's an investment. They say it's the biggest capital you can have in life, and
Yes, sure.
I'm very big on relationships. And wherever I go, I try to connect. I love connecting with people, and I love connecting people. In fact, I don't know which one I love the most. Maybe I think I love connecting people the most. So I'm always looking at, okay, who do I know that I can connect this person with to help them become better? So always looking for ways of connecting. I believe we are all made for connection, and nobody is an island.
Sure,
We need each other. We need each other to become more. In fact, we all have a purpose, and your purpose is not about you. Your purpose is meant for others. So,
sure,
how do you reach out to those you are meant to add value to those you are meant to touch, if you don't relate with them? We need to learn to build relationships. That's why, and that's a skill. Relationship building is a skill we can learn because not everyone is gifted in building relationship, in reaching out to others. We learn how to reach out to others. We learn how to connect. We learn how to network with others. So that's very important to build your relationship capital, because everything that you have, everywhere, everything that you are right now is based on the relationships that you have built over time.
Sure.
Wherever you go, build relationships. Start building relationships. We say, John Maxwell says, leaders touch a heart before they ask for a hand. So I am that person where before you sell to me, connect with me. If you don't connect with me, it will be difficult to sell to me.
Sure.
I'm always pushed. I'm put off by people who just push their products, push their services at me without even knowing who I am or how they can help me. You know, I'm not just a number. I'm not just a generic something. So you need to know who I am before you can touch me, before you can sell to me. So we need to build relationships. It's all for me, relationships first. Build a relationship because that is going to take you further than the transaction. It's not
Yes.
always about the transaction. Relationship, then transaction. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Relationships. It is said that relationships are the ships we ride on to destiny.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you find that you've not discovered yourself. The people you meet all along the path, your journey, can help you fine tune you, help you drive you to your God
Yeah.
given talent. And
Yeah.
if you said people don't care how much you know
Hmm.
until they find out how much you care.
Yeah.
So beyond just being a transactional person, let's
Hmm.
go beyond that and connecting. Connecting is
Yeah.
the first thing. Find out how the person is doing. Sometimes
Yeah.
someone could have had a bad day and just, all gloomy. All
Yes.
they need from you is just, hi, how you doing? You're wearing a nice haircut. And that will break the ice and the person would smile and talk back at you. Or
Yeah.
somebody coming into your restaurant or coming into your store or your outfit. The first thing, how are you? How's the day? Hope not too hectic. You break the ice. And even if the person doesn't want to talk, he will just smile and say, I'm good. All just because you have just touched a soft spot. And even the person has not planned to buy, maybe the person came for window shopping. But because you've gone the extra mile by showing care, the
Hmm.
person would want to do more by asking
Yeah.
for more. And even if the person doesn't really buy, he might refer others to you. So that's why I said beyond transaction, connect with the people. Because the
Exactly.
connection you have can leave to serve you even much later in life. Might not be you, might be your children, it might be your children's children, might be just someone who knows you, and like you rightly said, being a connector, connect people together. You never know what that connection will bring out. So thank you so much on that. And before we go on, I'd like to
And
just
Sandra, just to add on the relationship part, because
okay,
even as a growth enthusiast, as coaches, as trainers, no matter where you are, as a business owner or you're a career person, you need relationships because I believe the journey of life it can get very lonely.
sure,
And if you're not building relationship along the way, it'll become lonelier. So you need to build relationship to, get to not be lonely along the journey. As we are growing, as we are building ourselves, building our businesses, we need to remember that, look, we need help from others along the way, and we need to reach out and build relationships, collaborate with others, connect with people that can help us. That's why relationships are so important. We are here together because of relationship,
yeah,
right?
sure,
And because we're helping each other grow. Yeah.
sure. You just said it. We connected, and thereafter, I'm getting more connections from you, and probably, you are getting more connections from me. So life is all about, it's a chain reaction. You reach out
Mhm.
to the people you want to meet. Others are reaching out to you because they need you.
Yeah.
So it's just a continuum. We just have to continue that circle of connecting, reaching out to others. And it's rightly said, woe to him that is alone in the day of
All
trouble.
right.
And it says two are better because they have a better reward, and they keep themselves warm. You can imagine during the cold season in Canada or other places, the polar zone. You find that it's very cold. When you're in a group of, with people, You want,
Mhm.
you know, the one from each other. So there is
Yeah.
a reason why God has placed us in families. He said, I think there's a verse that says God places the solitary in families.
Mhm.
You know, God, there's an essence of the importance of staying together as a team, as a
Mhm.
family, as a group, so that we can be a blessing to one another and to our
Mhm.
generation. So I
Mhm.
think we just need a minute break, water break. We'll be
Are
back.
you thinking of how to publish your book on Amazon or how to get your published book to become an Amazon bestseller book? Dip Insight Books is the perfect in-between solution in transforming your ideas into a book. We can help you with all the complicated parts of publishing such as process TO transformation. What we do: full manuscript evaluation, receive quality assurance edit, full copy edit and final proofread to remove spelling and grammar mistakes, oversee your cover design, create your interior layout, publish and distribute your book, lock down your marketing strategy. Ghostwriting, where there is no manuscript. Our goal is to help you publish your book promptly. Contact us today at 404-740-9091. Email us at info@dipinsightworld.com. To start the submission process, check us out at www.books.dipinsightworld.com and submit your details. You can visit our Facebook page at Dip Insight World.
Welcome back. Thank you. That's a great session we just had. So if you're just joining us, thank you for joining us. We've been speaking about leadership, reasons for relationship, how to build great relationship, why relationship is a better currency, a better capital compared to having money. Yes, once you have relationship, money will always come because you have network of friends who can lead you to businesses or links that will give you more contracts, more coaching business. And I also want you to, I think I stumbled across your book, The Growing Life. Can you tell us about the book, The Growing Life?
Yeah, the growing life is about 10 principles for creating a life of intentional growth and staying the path of growth. So this book was inspired by my love to help people to help people grow, become the best version of themselves. And I realized that so many people are struggling to maintain a consistent growth path. Now today they are there, tomorrow they're not there. And people come to me to help them develop a growth plan, to help them stay consistent with their growth. I get asked a lot, how do you stay consistent? How do you keep growing? How do you keep doing what you're doing? So yeah, so the book is it's just a list of principles, things that I have practiced to stay the path. And the first thing that I start the book with telling people that they need to believe that they are worth investing in themselves and then take ownership of their growth and stay the path. Staying the path means you need people, like I mentioned, you need people along the way. For you to stay the
Yeah.
path of growth, you need to connect with others who are growing, and also the place of mentors. Yes, so I talk about my experiences in the book, how I got connected with the Maxwell Leadership Certified team, and why I am growing and why I can't stop growing, because growth makes me happy. Growth makes me happy. It brings me joy. And then seeing others grow and becoming the best version of themselves gives me fulfillment. That's why I wrote the book, to help others see the benefits of growth and to help those who are growing know that they are not alone. They have support and there are people that they can connect with at any time to help
Sure.
them on their journey. I also talk about my experiences, growth traps that I have encountered along the way, several pitfalls that I have encountered along the
Mm.
way. I call them booby traps. And so many things that have stopped me along the way, and I've had to really take a step back and learn before picking myself back and regain the momentum of growing. So the book is available on Amazon. You can get it. This is it, The Growing
Yeah,
Life.
The
So
Growing
you can
Life.
get it from Amazon and get it. It's a quick read, which is intentional for people to really grasp what is there as quickly as possible. I also talk about the excuses that I have given myself over the years why I can't grow, why I shouldn't be growing. And those are excuses others are giving themselves, and how to overcome those excuses to growth. So just my personal experiences, but tips
Sure.
that will
And I'm
really help you. Yeah.
sure. And I'm sure one of those excuses is procrastination. I can, I
I
can
don't
do
have
it
the time.
later.
I don't
No,
have the
not
time
now.
now. Not now. Not now.
No, and
Yeah.
that's it, that's the quickest and fastest tip of time. You just
Yes.
think that you can't do it. Yes. The moment you change your mindset that there is nothing I cannot do, I'm like God Himself. So when we see ourselves as God, just take, it said not taking risk is even riskier.
It's
So
even
why
more
would you just sit
risk.
down and just be comfortable where you find yourself? You
I
need to
know.
prepare yourself. You need to take that giant stride. You
I
find out that
know.
when you take it, because I think yesterday I went to downtown because I wanted to show my kids how the train matter bus is and the train station, what it looks like. So yesterday we decided to park the car at the train station, bought ticket for everyone, got into the train, went to downtown, went to Square, just went around just to show them what it looks like since we're moving soon. So I said, you can't be in Atlanta for 4 years and not have time to have visited some places with them. So it's okay, let's just go around. And this time around, we're not driving because it's easy for you to drive and just drive around but going with the matter bus, getting
Hmm.
into the train, seeing different people, and getting there and making sure you know where you're going. Because
Yeah.
what we were telling the boys is like, don't get into the train and start pressing phone. You get so before you know it, your bus stop. So get into the matter map, find okay how many station, what's the next bus stop, because it has happened to me when I just started using it. I got in, I just sat comfortably, and when they were calling the names of the bus stops, I didn't take notes. I got to the end, and I'm like, I found out that I did not pay attention, so I had to go back again with the train.
It's so
So a
true.
lot of times we must pay attention, go beyond just learning the things we need for ourselves, not be selfish, go beyond ourselves by, leaving our comfort zone. Like
Hmm.
you rightly said, a growing life is not a stagnant life.
At all.
You smell. It is said that a dead sea is called a dead sea because the water does not flow to others.
Hmm.
And you will smell. It's just like how do we breed mosquitoes everywhere in
Yeah.
Africa? It's because there's stagnant water somewhere. So mosquitoes, Anopheles mosquito, whatever the names of the mosquitoes. I actually read a documentary that says we have over 3,000 species of mosquitoes. And I'm like, how do you get to differentiate them? And they said it's just about two variants that actually the real ones that cause
Malaria.
the malaria fever
Yeah.
and are killed. And that's okay.
Yes.
The other mosquitoes, what did they do? They must either probably be, I don't know, it can't be symbiotic. There's really nothing you're gaining from them. So because I know the mosquito itself is parasitic. So in life, we must, give out, not asking what is in it for me. The moment you start asking what is in it for me, you're not being authentic. You're
Hmm.
doing it because you have something you want to gain.
Hmm.
Whilst doing it genuinely, help will come. Connection that you have been looking for. Maybe you want to meet with the president, and the person you're rendering help to, you never know, maybe is related to the president or
Hmm.
a friend to the president. So,
Hmm.
whilst doing whatever we do in life, let's do it with all of our hearts. Let's do
Yeah.
it not with eye service, but with genuineness to wanting to help as a servant leader.
Yeah.
Whilst doing it, we will also get help. And I think my pastor one time preached, he said, some of the people that we need to help us to do some things are out there. So if you don't go bring them into church, we will lose them. So sometimes we're keeping to ourselves. I don't want to, no, I'm a quiet person. I don't talk. When it comes to leadership, you must break the ice. You
Yeah.
must leave your comfort zone. It's like you rightly said, relationship is learned, management skill is learned. Not everybody is born to be fun, making person that such that once you meet them, you have to laugh. I have some friends, the moment I see them coming from afar off, I'm already laughing. So and I tell them, I say, when I see you, I don't know why. I just laugh. And it like the guy was always, oh, I love that I'm able to make you laugh. So in life, we must go beyond our comfort zone by helping the people around us,
Yeah.
impacting them positively. Whilst helping others, we are also growing.
Totally.
We are growing. So That's not all the information we have. If I have an information that will help the kids to grow our business, I rather want to tell her because I know she too, when she finds such information, she will share with me. And when you have
Right.
10, 20 heads coming together to do something, we're leveraging on each other. So you can imagine Kate speaks French, she connects to the West Africa. She might have a coaching job that Sandra, I'm overwhelmed, I need help here. She can
Yeah.
call on me, she can call on any of our friends, she can call on Tina, she can call on anyone to join. By so doing, I've extended myself to a French speaking country. On the normal ground, I don't know anybody in the French country. She
Mm-hmm.
knows, but I'm able to connect with her. So I'm able to reach out to other people. So in life,
Mm-hmm.
we've got to stretch ourselves. He said, if you don't stretch yourself, you can't grow. What
Yeah.
doesn't stretch you doesn't grow you.
Yes.
So I don't think it was easy for you starting the coaching business. I'm sure the first few years. Can you tell us the story when you started? Were you making money just immediately? Did you eat the road
Uh,
running and you had
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
so tell us about it,
Absolutely
please.
not. In fact, when I started, the reason I joined the Maxwell leadership team in the first place was to grow myself.
Sure.
At the time, I knew that I needed to become a better leader. So I was looking for a leadership course to do, like an academic course at the time. Then I stumbled upon John Maxwell's work, and I saw that he was practical leadership. I mean, he
Wow.
was real leadership, practical leadership. So I stopped the process of going for the academic leadership program and joined the Maxwell leadership team because I wanted to learn what does he have? How has he been leading and teaching leadership for over?
Sure.
Then it was over 40 years, 40 plus years, and I said, no, I need to learn from this man because he's doing it. He has the experience, he's doing it. So that's how I joined the team to grow, to learn. And once in, I saw that I could help others to become better leaders themselves because once you have been filled, you want to fill others. When your
Sure.
cup is full, you don't have
There's an
any other choice
overflow.
but to share it with others. And that was the spirit I had in the beginning, to just give. So I was doing a lot of free masterminds, free lunch and learns, just gathering people together, free coaching, everything free. It wasn't a business from the beginning. So sooner than later, it became a really expensive hobby because being a Maxwell Leadership Certified team member requires a lot of investment,
Sure.
and as you grow, as you advance on the team, and also in different areas, once you start growing, you want to keep growing because
Sure.
you want to keep learning more, you want to keep giving more, so you invest more. The investment was becoming more than that's the input was more than the
True.
output
Yeah.
financially.
You need to
So
replenish.
yeah, so I had a wake up call one day on a call with one of our mentors. And after that call, I was crying, I was weeping. I said, Kate, you have to stop this hobby. You need to learn how to move from free to fee. And that was it for me. That was when I started learning how to do this as a business and making money from it. That helped me. It had to take just one call. I'd been hearing things, listening things to things, but that call that day was a wake up call for me. I started learning how to make money out of this business, out of this. No, not it wasn't business at that time, but it transitioned to a business, and that's how Exponential Growth Academy was born. And we started growing. We've been growing ever since.
And if
Yeah.
you will tell me the date on the year, when did you start considering making money from this business?
2016.
Oh,
Yeah. I joined the team in 2012. I got certified in February 2013.
oh, you are a leader.
Yeah. So it was late 2016 that this happened. So you can imagine.
Wow, 4 years.
Yeah. 4 years of just enjoying
Yeah, because some
myself.
people will tell you you'll be
And
doing, I'll be, from afar off. Some people will be thinking you'll be making money.
yeah. But I've been making
So
money ever since. I've been making money. Yeah, yeah,
no, but before that, you start making money. Those years
yes.
that people see you doing, you're always online, and I'm like,
Oh,
oh, this lady must be
oh.
making good money,
Mm,
not
yeah,
knowing everything was freebies.
yeah. Most of it was freebie. You speak. You just. I did a lot of gigs in churches, full gospel businessmen. But I one thing happened during those years. I built relationships.
Sure,
I got to know so many people that I wouldn't have known.
sure,
And
that's
those
good.
relationships are still active today.
Yeah, awesome.
Yes, they're still active today. So I have friends, I have people that they're doing very well, and they can also relate some of their success to me, which brings me fulfillment as well. Yeah, so I know that I've touched lives, I've helped others to be successful, and I've had referrals from some of those people.
Yeah, that's what
Mhm.
connecting does. You
Yes.
might not, they might not be the people you are sent out there for, but the mouth to mouth referrer. Oh, I
Mhm.
know someone who can do it for you. And on that platter,
Mhm.
you get more business. That's a great
I got
one.
a call, no, a WhatsApp message 2 days ago, and it was like, Kate, there's this person who wants to do the Maxwell leadership thing, and the only person I can think about is you. So here's our number. And so I get yes. So yes, so
So I'm sure you register the lady immediately.
of course, so that's how it is, and it's been like that for a couple of years and growing. Hmm.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Great one. Great to know that. Then I think the very last, or maybe second to last, I probably want to find out from you. As a bilingual senior training consultant, you have worked with several clients across West Africa, Central Africa, and Europe. How
Mm.
has that been for you? We'd like to hear your story.
When I started training in French, I'm also a member of the Maxwell Leadership Francophone. That's the French. So I'm on two platforms. I'm on the French platform and the English platform of the team. Yeah. So when I started training in French and coaching in French, it was born out of I I had not spoken French living in Nigeria for, like you said, your kids are learning French, right? And
Yeah,
they're not speaking because they're not speaking, they're not, you don't really think they can be fluent like that. But I can tell you, once they are learning and they're committed to the language, when they're exposed to the language, they're going to do very well. So I had not really interacted and spoken French, like really currently, for about 12 years. And then
wow.
I got this opportunity. It was a coaching opportunity for a French a director in CFAO in Ghana, and he speaks English. But his first language is French, so his preference is to have a French coach. But he also wants a coach that can speak English, since he's working in an English speaking country.
Yeah.
So my friend referred me and said, "Oh, Kate, you said you can speak French, right? Can you coach in French?"
Oh my God. Speaking French and coaching in French are two different things.
Okay, so I said I had never coached in French before, but I speak French very well, and I love French. It's a language that is really close to my heart. Yeah, I'm from Cameroon. I grew up in Cameroon. I lived almost all my life in the French speaking part of Cameroon. My brother in law is totally French. He doesn't speak, in fact, even till now, he doesn't speak English. So I was so integrated in the language there. But being outside, I had not spoken French, really spoken French, except when I call home and once in a while and we talk. So, coaching French. I said, yeah, I've coached in English, so I can coach in French. Coaching is coaching. It's just about the language. I can speak French. I can understand French. Say, kids, there's always a first time. And I remember this statement always gets me going, do it afraid. And I said, do it afraid. What can happen? So I did it afraid, and it was so fantastic. In fact, that was that opened me up to more opportunities. So I got training opportunities with multinationals in the West Africa and Central African region. I got to travel around Gabon, Congo, Equatorial Guinea. We did virtual coaching in their branches in Europe, in France, you know, just because I speak French and I coach in French, and just because I said yes. I remember the first time I went to Gabon for a training in French, and I went early. I went to the hall early just to, get a feel of the room, see how it's arranged, and then pray over the room. And I started speaking to myself. I said, Kate,
You can
you
do
were
it.
born for such a time as this.
Yes.
This is not an accident. You were sent here for a reason. All the things I prayed, I said, Holy Spirit, take over. Do you know, after that training, the HR, because and then the worst thing, well, let me not say worst thing, but then it was really a bad thing that the HR training manager was in that training. Do you know what that means?
Oh my God. You will have to, grade you on every level.
Thank you.
No, it's better you don't know that it's there because you'll be
Yes,
extremely careful.
I know. So she was in the training. It was a 2 days training, and after the second day, she came to me. She said, because I gave them, please, disclaimer. I've lived in Nigeria for 12 years. I've not really spoken French like really fluently for over 12 years. So whatever mistakes I'm going to make, whatever grammatical errors I'm going to make,
Please
please
just
bear
accept
with
it.
me. So that, and then after the training, the second day, the HR came to me. She said, how long did you say you have stayed in Nigeria? I told her. She said, how come you still speak so well? And that was like,
A plus for you.
oh my God. She said, you did very well. In fact, I wasn't expecting it. So that, and then the feedback, the ratings I got from that training were amazing. So that opened me up for more training. In 3 months after that, I went back to Gabon to take a second group. Yeah, through the training. So that's how it has been. And I've had more opportunities to train in French ever since. That started in 2019.
Awesome.
And yeah, yeah.
You see, it's actually very great in taking risks. Doing it
Yes.
afraid, and that's courage. Courage in
Yeah.
a simple definition is doing it afraid.
Yes.
That element of fear will be there, but still taking the bull by the horn and still saying, if I, like if I die, I die. If I fail, I fail. Just go on and just see God working for you. I'm
Yeah.
sure if you had not said a yes, you might be regretting it. I wish I'd taken it. I wish But now you are like, oh, God did it. You did it. God came through for you. And that's awesome because you were ready to go do it. You were ready to do it afraid.
Yeah.
Some other people be like, I have to try it first before I do it.
Yes.
But, and like you rightly said, when you're going to speak in any environment, in any occasion, be there timely. That's one of the, public speaking parameters. You must be there timely, except you cannot visit there before that day. Be there at least a day or two. Scout around, see the environment, see how, flowing around, speaking will be for you on that stage. That would help build some confidence. You know the nook and cranny, you know how the chairs are arranged. So when you're
Mm-hmm.
speaking, you want to go in between the class, you can walk in this way.
Mm-hmm.
You know the exit points. It gives you some kind of confidence. And that's one of
Mm-hmm.
the first level of public speaking. Getting to
Yeah.
understand your environment. Go there timely. And even let's say you are living far off and you arrive the day of the presentation. Be there before the guest comes in. Take
Yes.
charge of the environment. like you rightly said, just beyond just getting there, you handed it over to a supernatural being, to the Holy Spirit to help you. And before you know it, things just work out for you. So I want to encourage you, if you're trying to learn how to speak, need help in coaching, you need help. You might want to reach out to Kate herself. Kate, you might want to drop your details at the comment section. Should anybody who stumble across the story might want to reach out to you, get
Okay.
to hear more and learn from your ropes and see how they can be better speakers, better coaches. But I know you've been there for
Okay.
like, well, let's say 11 years since 2012. We were
Yeah.
still, we're still toddlers. It was, what? I just stumbled across this video, John Maxwell himself. And every Monday, I was always waiting for that 20 minutes with Monday with Maxwell. This particular Monday, Maxwell was not online. So I was searching through YouTube, searching through Facebook. So I was like, what did I do wrong? That why is it not popping up? Normally, if it's online, it will pop up like Maxwell with Monday. So I would just log in. So this particular Monday, I wanted more of it. So I didn't find it. But I got a link that says if you want more, like they talk to an advisor. So that was how my journey began. So you might be looking for help in personal development, leadership. You might want to join the team, the Maxwell family. I stumbled across it and I knew. And I think it gets to a time in a man's life, it is maturity. You start seeing yourself that you want to grow. You're not propelled, you're not pushed to do it. It's just time. Because I maybe 10 years back, I wasn't probably looking for any coaching stuff. I was still trying to survive. But at the time when you move from survival level to being a successful person, you start looking for more leadership skills. You want to learn more so that you can give out more. You don't give out from an empty stomach or an empty computer. It said garbage in, garbage out. You must also be fed first to be able to give out. You must also have an overflow, like she rightly said. Your cup must be full because it is what you have on the inside that you'll give out. If there is nothing inside of you, you're just going to give out from the emptiness in you. So you must
Mhm.
feed yourself, get fed, be a person of value, add value to yourself in order for you to be able to add value to others. So that whoever you're speaking with can see, oh, she's a leader and I'm gaining something. Not like you're being questioned. Where did she get a leader? Where did she get certified from? You get to hear people say such words. So I want to say thank you. It was an awesome session with you. I really had a great time. But I want to find out because we try to want to make people understand that life is not bed of roses. There are going to be difficult times,
Yeah.
and that's why we need people. And there are going to be great times. How have you managed those two scenarios of difficult times? How do I manage? Okay, good times. I'm doing well. How did you celebrate?
Yeah. Good times. I celebrate when I do. I like doing something I call the happy dance. So don't ask me how the happy dance goes. It's just
Because you probably would do one year now.
it's movement. I move and I just yeah. So I do the happy dance, and sometimes I take myself out to the movie, get some ice cream, or just sit
Just
down,
indulge
and yeah,
yourself.
it's just I indulge myself. And sometimes I go out and buy something for myself. In fact, that's the best part. I love that. Yeah, that's the part my husband doesn't like a lot.
Because you're
Just
spending money.
how will you just go and buy something for just yeah. But that's how I celebrate me, and I love doing that. So, how the bad times, what happens during the bad times? I have a good support system. That's one thing. So when things get bad, things really get low, I lean on my support system, primarily my husband. Then I have my sisters, my friends, yeah, few of them that I call on when things get really bad. Yeah. So that's how I get through the bad times. And of course, growth makes me happy. I can't say that I mean some people when they are feeling down, they don't feel like reading, they don't feel like growing, they don't feel, but when I'm feeling down, that's when I want to that's where I go into my happy place, which is growth. I find resources that can help lift me up. Books,
Awesome.
podcasts, yes, that can help lift me up. My Bible. And sometimes I go into my notebooks because I have so many notes that I've taken. So yeah, so I go back to my notes and I just start going through my notes. And it has sometimes I will just stumble upon something that I highlighted, or something that the Holy Spirit spoke to me about, and that will just be that's just going to be enough to take me back up. I posted
Awesome.
a video today across my channels, and I said something in that video that sometimes you have to dig deeper to find the joy inside of you. There is joy in there, but you may not be able to find it's not on the surface, it's right there, right deep. So sometimes it gets so bad that you have to dig deep to find that joy. And digging deep, there are ways of digging deep, so many ways. Even if it takes, for me, sometimes it's just worshiping, not praising. I go into deep worship. I'm a person of faith. I love God and I pray. I love to worship. So I go into deep worship. I can worship for like 2, 3 hours, and that's it. So you need to find a system of
Or what you do.
renewal. Yeah, a system of renewal. You need to find people that you can turn to, resources that you can go to get back up, get yourself back up
Plug
when you
yourself
are
in a
down.
system.
So yes, you need to plug back in. And those are the things that I do. I worship deeply. I connect with the people that I know that they love me, and I go back into my resources and search for resources that would lift me up. And that could even be from my notes, my training notes, and my devotional notes. Those are the things that help me to get back up.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time. Really do appreciate you and also appreciate our guests, those that have been with us. And I want to say thank you. Thank you for sharing your story with us, willing to tell us some deep areas. We're really very appreciative. Thank you so much. And I want to encourage everyone, let's go out there to making a difference in our world. Let's make it a lifestyle, making a difference every day. Looking for who you want to help, looking for who you want to touch. Like John Maxwell will rightly tell you, so before I leave every day, I ask God to give me people He wants me to touch. And at the end of the day, before I go to bed, and I ask myself again, who and who have I touched? Let's make it, a thing that we want to do every day. Be intentional about
Mhm.
our growth life, wanting to help others. So thank you so much, Madam Kate, for making our time. Thank you so much. I'm going to leverage on you because we reach out normally from the people we bring on to
Yeah.
share, to also refer us to people of like minds who have great
Okay.
story to tell, because that's how we leverage to getting to know others. And in order for us to be a person of impact, we look for people who are like minds, and
Mhm.
that's why I'm able to reach out to you to say, okay, I wanted to share your story. So we reach out to others to help share their story. And if you're watching us and you think you have a great story to share to impact your world, you might want to reach out to me. So just a moment, let me share. Thank you. Those are our contacts. You might want to go back to the video to get the information to reach out to Gates or myself should you need further help on coaching, teaching, wherever you need help. We'll be able to guide you. Thank you so much. Until our next episode. Dare to make a difference in your world. Bye.
Bye.